Welcome to Business Systems Analyst Interview Questions and Answers. This video is a combination of two major factors required to successfully become a business systems analyst. After thinking long and hard, I have decided that the best way to prepare someone for this type of interview is to look at my own experience working as business system analyst. In my experience of many years, the first major requirement is having the knowledge of someone who does desktop support in addition to project management, thus becoming a complete package. As a business systems analyst, you are required to know how computer systems work and operate, and at the same time be able to convey and use this information to better lead in IT environment. Depending on your work environment, business systems analysts may end up mostly troubleshooting different computers and proprietary system issues. However, a main role should be in the lines of IT organizational skills. In order to excel at this job, ideally you need to balance the technical knowledge with leadership skills so that when called upon to lead a big IT project, you can confidently and concisely convey the requirements that will lead to successful project completion. Business system analyst plays a support role that is becoming a more attractive career choice not only to IT professionals, but also businesses that require a bridge that connects technology and precise consideration of production impact. Good work example that requires technical decision making is convincing your superior or department manager within your company that moving to the new software application is a good idea. This cannot be accomplished until thorough preparation, testing, analyzing is accomplished as a result of something presentable for your case. Below videos are very good examples of what to expect during an interview for business systems analyst, and is to be considered a learning tool that will help you gain confidence and further expand your knowledge. Keep in mind, it is incredibly hard to know exactly which questions will be presented during an interview. However, the information found here will be a good basis of what to expect. First video will teach you about project management, and second about desktop support. Welcome to Top 10 Steps of IT Project Management tutorial, where you will learn how to lead a project and provide professional IT service. If you work in IT field, there's a really good chance that a project will present itself in which you will be placed in charge, regardless to your position within the company. Step number 1. What is the project and its deadline? In order for us to start planning our project, we need to know some basic information. Is it software deployment? Is it hardware deployment? Is it application development? Or is it related to something entirely new? We also need to know about the deadline to finish this project. Knowing this information can directly impact not only the outcome but the flow of this project. Make sure you gather all information available before proceeding any further. Step number 2. We need to find out who and what is impacted by this project. Which groups, which location, which users, and how many. We can figure this out by looking at the hours of operation for your company. If, for example, we are deploying a new application, we need to choose an appropriate time frame that would have the least amount of production impact. So, if we can install the application in the evening hours, there would be no immediate production impact because these are not business hours. But keep in mind that the following day, issues may arise and cause major production impact. But this is discussed in further steps of this video. Step number 3. How to implement this project. Based off information acquired in the first two steps, we need to come up with the least impacting method of testing and deploying our project. In order to accomplish this successfully, carefully look at the hours of operation. This will dictate if or when to test the new application or hardware and when it is best time to deploy. At this point, it is also important to know the hours of operation for your own department if anyone else is assisting you with this project, also of third party that may be participating. Step number 4. Who is going to be on our team? We need to figure out who is going to participate in this project. Figure out if your whole department is going to work on this project or just a few people. Typically, we can't have everyone participate on the same project because it could be a production impact for day-to-day work, but you can assign workload based off team member expertise. For example, some of your team members may be better at certain things than others. Are any third parties involved? Third parties meaning anyone else involved that is not part of your team. Who is the point of contact for the end user? Speak with department managers that are affected directly with this project. Step number 5. Communicate project plan with your team and users affected. The entire information gathered so far is to be outlined and explained to our technical team. At the same time, end users are to be contacted with upcoming changes or deployments. There are two ways of doing this. You can ask your department managers to convey this information to users or reach out to users yourself. This will vary based on the type of business environment you work in. Step number 6. Spread the workload amongst project IT members to minimize production impact. Begin development or implementation. If there are multiple parts of the project that need to be accomplished simultaneously, you need to divide the workload based on each member's expertise. Some members will be better at doing certain aspects of IT than others, and vice versa. This will ensure the timely accomplishment of the project by utilizing the workforce optimally. Step number 7. Acquire users for testing and initiate testing phase. This is by far the most important part of this project because we need to make sure that the project is going according to plan. For example, is the application working correctly? Is this hardware functioning properly? Are there any issues associated with this project? The testing results can not only halt the project immensely, but can also entirely stop it. You can acquire testers by reaching out to end users. Keep in mind, some cases you cannot even start a project without having done experimental testing that can be presented as proof of succession to your superiors. Step number 8. Remediate any issues and start troubleshooting. Any issues that become apparent during testing we need to resolve immediately. Majority of project issues can be remediated by yourself or your department, but sometimes we need to have a third party assist depending on what the issue may be. For example, if you encounter a firewall issue between two locations, a person with access to open the firewall may need to be contacted, or if it's an application developed by a third party. Step number 9. Set a deployment or implementation time, then go full speed. Once we know everything is working properly, we have done all our testing and there are no issues whatsoever, we can proceed to deploy to all of our users at full speed. Keep in mind that this part still has to be coordinated with end users in order to minimize production impact. Step number 10. Finish your project and follow up with end users. As the last step, it is incredibly important that all aspects of project is 100% complete. Follow up with end users to make sure no part of deployment was overlooked. Once we are sure of this, we can report results to our supervisors. Next up is the desktop support part of this training video. This part was previously recorded a few months ago using different audio equipment, so you may have to lower your volume a bit. However, I will try my best to adjust the audio in post-production. Welcome to Top 20 Desktop Support Interview Questions and Answers video tutorial. This is an enhanced version of the 2015 video found on youtube.com/Kobuman channel. The answers have been slightly modified for easier understanding and accuracy. In addition, answers are presented in a visual format, meaning that they are written out. All of the technical questions vary in order from easy to advanced difficulty level in order to provide breaks in between. Question number 1. Can you tell me about yourself? Be very careful when answering this question because this is your first big chance to impress, and you can do so by stating the facts related to this job. Only talk about previous experience, education, and formal training related to this field. It is important to understand that follow-up questions may be related to anything you say at this point. Question number 2. You've received a trouble ticket that PC monitor is not working. What is the first thing you should do? The first thing you should do is check to see if all cables are plugged in correctly. First check power, then video signal cable, and if both check out, make sure the computer itself is powered on. If asked for further troubleshooting steps, explain that there is a possibility that video driver or PC hardware could be causing the issue. Question number 3. What is safe mode? How do you get to it? And what is it used for? In order to reach safe mode, computer must be restarted, and by pressing F8 key before the OS loads, you will arrive at a selection screen at which you will scroll up to select Safe Mode. Safe Mode is used to troubleshoot driver issues, hardware issues, and remove viruses or unwanted software. Question number 4. What is an IP address and how to find it? IP address is a number assigned to your computer to identify its existence or location on a network, meaning that DHCP server will assign a number to each computer connected to a network as part of identification. You can find your IP address by opening a command prompt window, CMD, and type in ipconfig/all. Alternatively, you can look at network adapter properties. Question number 5. What is a default gateway? You can see what the default gateway is by performing an ipconfig/all command through CMD. Default gateway serves as path to reach other networks. For example, in order to reach the internet outside of your business or home, you need a gateway that will open the way for you. Default gateway in a business environment is typically a proxy server. Question number 6. What is Active Directory? Active Directory is a feature of Windows Server OS and contains user accounts, objects hostnames, group policies, and domain services. For example, Active Directory will have information about a user login credentials. In addition, it can contain group policy that will apply different permissions to user accounts that belong to specific groups within an organization within a domain. Question number 7. What is a domain? Leading in from the previous question, domain is a group of computers and users connected to a network. A user will have domain login access once their credentials are added to the specific domain within Active Directory. In other words, your PC login will most likely be a domain login. As a side note, PC host names must be added to the same domain, but user can still log in even if the computer is attached to another domain within the same network. Question number 8. You receive a trouble ticket that states, "My printer is not working properly. It prints out weird pattern on the paper. Please assist." This issue is caused by a bad or wrong printer driver. Solution is to acquire and install a correct printer driver. Question number 9. What are some commonly used LAN cables? There are 4 different types of LAN cables: Cat5, Cat5e, Cat6, and Cat6a. Cat speeds are up to 100 megabits per second, Cat5e up to 1000 megabits per second, Cat6 up to 1000 megabits per second certified gigabit, and Cat6a up to 10,000 megabits per second. All the speeds are based off 100 meters maximum distance. Question number 10. What is blue screen of death? Blue screen of death is most commonly caused by bad hardware. The error appears as a blue screen crashing the computer. Blue screen of death can be caused by hardware, software, or driver issues and conflicts. In order to troubleshoot blue screen of death, you will need to run a full hardware diagnostic on the PC and update all of the drivers. Question number 11. What is DHCP? DHCP stands for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, and it deals with handling of IP addresses for all computers connected to a network. Each computer is allowed to have connection to the network or internet resources after DHCP server assigns an IP address dynamically. Dynamic type of IP address can change at any point. Question number 12. What is DNS? DNS stands for Domain Name System, and it reroutes known host names to IP address that hosts its service. For example, DNS for www.microsoft.com is located at 104.90.84.14, but it can change randomly. You can say that it serves as an address book for the host names, which are then translated into numbers in order for computers to understand it. In this example, it assigns and routes web address names to web hosting services. Question number 13. What is VPN? A virtual private network is commonly used as a secure way to connect from remote location to network resources in your business or company. For example, you can take your laptop to a coffee shop, start a VPN, and through it securely connect to a PC at work or access company's email and files. Question number 14. What is a ping command and its use? Generally, the ping command is used to determine whether your computer has access to external resources or the internet. Through command prompt, type ping www.microsoft.com. This function sends 4 packets of data which are sent back as acknowledgement of successful connection. It also provides the latency results measured in milliseconds. Question number 15. What is a group policy? Active Directory assigns a group policy to each new user added into the database. For example, if you work in desktop support, your user login credentials and permissions will be assigned to a group policy. In Active Directory, you can take any user and place them into a group that has predetermined settings. Group policy can restrict, read, write, or execute, and restrict access to network resources. Question number 16. What is a PST file? .pst is a file extension used by Microsoft Outlook archive file. An email archive would be commonly known as a PST. Question number 17. How would you change folder permissions? You can change folder permissions through group policy, but it can also be done at local level with administrator privileges. Under Folder Properties, select Security tab and then Edit button, after which a pop-up will provide an ability to add users and allow for read, write, execute, or full permissions. Question number 18. What is a difference between a switch and a hub? There are a couple of main differences between switch and a hub. Hub can be used to connect multiple computers to a single network, while switch can be used to create multiple segments of the same network. Second difference is that with a hub, all computers connected to it receive the data packets at once, which create latency issues. Switch can regulate this by only sending the packets to the computer that requested it. Question number 19. How would you recover data from a virus-infected computer? In order to successfully and safely recover data, you would extract the hard drive from the infected computer, slave it to a second computer that has updated virus definitions, updated Microsoft patches and drivers. From there, you would scan the drive for viruses, and once virus is removed, you can extract data that needs to be recovered. Question number 20. Why should we hire you? This is your last chance to sell yourself to this employer. Mention all of the qualifications related to this job, all of the work experience, all of the education certifications that you may have. Don't forget to smile, make eye contact, and confidently explain why all of these things would make you a perfect candidate. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it helps you in your career and provide confidence boost for your next interview. YouTube.com/Kaboom channel and CosmicNovo.com have many different educational videos on different topics such as network administration, web development, software development, help desk, customer service, and many more. Lastly, I don't typically ask anyone to do anything after watching my video, but if you have time, take a look at the description box below for more educational material available from our affiliate. Best of luck to you, my friends.